Hello, my friends. How are you all doing today? I hope you're feeling great and full of positivity. I also hope that your English is getting better every day. Over time, you'll become fluent, and I'm here to support you on that journey. Subscribe to my channel. It will be very helpful to achieve this goal and be fluent in English. Speaking English well is something many people want. Looking back to my days when I was a student like you, I also wanted to speak English better. I was shy and made many mistakes. One day, a teacher told me, "You can get better at English if you practice every day." That advice changed everything for me. If you want to improve, you need to work at it. Getting good at English takes time. It is like growing a plant. You put the seed in the ground, water it, and give it sunlight every day. You take care of it over time as the plant grows tall and strong. This is how it is with learning English. One day, a student approached me looking sad. She said, "Teacher, I really want to speak English well, but I keep forgetting the words." I gave her a reassuring smile and said, "Don't be concerned. Being fluent doesn't mean you have to remember every word. It's more about practicing regularly." She looked at me with a new shine of hope in her eyes. "But where can I practice?" She asked. I told her you can practice all around you. Talk with your friends, listen to stories, and sing along to songs. You can practice all the time. When I was in school, I loved stories. I would listen to them every night. My teacher read to us, and I would say the words again. At first, I was slow, but over time I got faster. I learned new words and felt more confident. Another student asked me, "Teacher, is speaking fast the only way to be fluent?" I said no. Being fluent means speaking clearly. It's about making sure others understand you. You don't need to talk fast. You need to speak with confidence. Being fluent is like a journey. You move step by step. You don't rush. You enjoy the process. One day you look back and see how much you have learned. There's an easy secret to becoming fluent. The secret is to listen to people speaking English. Listen to stories, songs, and conversations. The more you listen, the more you learn. Another important thing is not to fear mistakes. Mistakes help us learn. Don't worry about mistakes. Every mistake teaches you something. Fluency also means thinking in English. When you think in English, you speak more naturally. If you always translate from your native language to English, it can make you slow and confused. I advise you to try thinking in English, even when you're alone. The more you practice this, the more fluent you will become. Try speaking in English with friends or teachers, even if you don't know a word. Describe it in English instead. This will help you stay focused. Before you know it, you'll be speaking entirely in English. Another way to become fluent is through reading. When you read, you see how sentences are made, and you learn new words. When I was learning English, I read simple books. Every time I found a new word, I wrote it down, then I would make sentences with it. This helped me remember the words and use them when I spoke. The more you read, the more you will understand. Fluency also means listening to yourself. Sometimes you can record yourself when you speak, then listen to the recording. This will help you find where you need to improve. Another good way to practice is with a friend. I had two students who were best friends. They decided to speak only in English to each other. Every day, they had conversations in English. When one of them didn't know a word, the other would help. Over time. They both became very fluent. They learned from each other and had fun doing it. Fluency also comes when you use English in real-life situations. For example, when you go to the market, try speaking in English, or when you're with friends, use English. The more you practice, the better you become. Being fluent also means being curious. When you come across a new word, don't just ignore it. Look up its meaning and try to use it in your next chat. Fluency will grow because of your curiosity. Having a clear goal is important too. Ask yourself why you want to be fluent in English. Having a specific goal makes you more motivated. Is also key. Fluency doesn't happen quickly. It takes time and effort, but if you find joy in learning, it becomes easier. Fluency comes from repeating things again and again. The more you say something, the better you get. Talking to different people also helps with fluency. Everyone has their own way of speaking. When you talk to many people, you learn new ways to speak. It's also helpful to speak about things you like. When you talk about something you love, the words come out more easily. Fluency also means understanding that it's okay not to know every word. Sometimes you may forget or not know a word, and that's fine. Try to explain it in a different way. If you don't know the word, describe it. This helps you keep talking even when you don't know all the words. One day a student asked me, "Teacher, how long does it take to become fluent?" I said, "It depends on how much you practice. Some people can become fluent in a few months, while for others, it may take more time. The key is to never give up. Sometimes it helps to practice in front of a mirror. When you watch yourself speak in the mirror, you notice how you move and express your feelings. It's also important to rest. Sometimes your brain needs a break. If you practice all the time, you might get tired and frustrated. So take a break, relax, and start again with a fresh mind tomorrow. After resting, you'll feel better and continue improving your speaking skills. Another great way to improve is by teaching others. When you teach, you understand more. Having a routine can also be helpful. Try setting a specific time every day to practice speaking English. You can practice for 30 minutes every morning, and over time you will become more fluent. A routine keeps you focused and ensures that you practice regularly. It's also important to be kind to yourself. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. Fluency isn't only about speaking, it's also about listening. When you listen carefully, you understand better and can respond in the right way. Another important thing is to keep a positive mindset. Learning a language can be hard, but staying positive makes the journey easier. I remember a student who was always cheerful, even when she made mistakes. She would laugh and try again. Her positive attitude kept her motivated, and soon she became fluent. Fluency also comes from trying new things and being open to change. Sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone. Fluency is a combination of different things: practice, patience, listening, speaking, and even making mistakes. All of these parts matter at once. I told my students that fluency is like making a dish. You need all the right ingredients, and you have to mix them properly. This example helped them realize that each part of learning is important. It's also key to celebrate small successes. Every time you learn a new word or speak without stopping, it's something to be proud of. Fluency is also about applying what you learn. If you learn a new word today, try to use it tomorrow. Another thing that really helps is learning from what's around you. You can pick up English from signs, posters, or even menus. Being curious about the culture behind the language also helps a lot. English is spoken in many countries, each with its own unique way of speaking. Fluency isn't just about words, it's about how you express yourself too. Your body language plays a big part in how you communicate. I once had a student who was excellent at using body language to express himself. Even though his sentences were simple, his body language made him appear more fluent. This allowed him to communicate more effectively. It's also a good idea to challenge yourself from time to time. Try speaking about a topic you're not familiar with. It helps you learn new vocabulary and ideas. Fluency also improves when you're calm, when you feel relaxed. Your words flow more naturally. Another helpful practice is asking questions. When you ask questions, you open the door to conversations. It's important to reflect on your progress too every few weeks. Take a moment to think about how much you've improved and celebrate your growth. Another key aspect of fluency is connecting with other learners. Learning with others allows you to share experiences and learn from each other. Fluency setting small, achievable goals is also helpful. Instead of saying, I want to be fluent, focus on smaller goals like I want to learn 5 new words this week. It's also useful to revisit what you've learned. Going back to old lessons can strengthen your memory. Fluency also grows when you enjoy the language. Find something you love in English, whether it's a book, a movie, or a song. Fluency, it's also important to seek feedback when you speak. Ask someone to let you know how you did. Another effective way to boost fluency is by using flashcards. Write down new words on cards and review them regularly. Fluency isn't just about speaking smoothly, it's about connecting with the world and expressing your unique perspective. Each new word you learn and every sentence you speak builds bridges to deeper understanding and new friendships. So keep learning, keep speaking, and let your voice shine.